Good morning, educators! I'm excited to introduce to you the digital tools and resources for language learning. I am Kevin Bamadres, and let's explore the digital tools that enhance language learning. This will be the target learner profile. So the language being learned is also, yes, English, and the learner level of our students is beginner, and the learning goals is the academic, including reading, writing, and comprehension. So in learning style, auditory and visual learners. So in technology assess, it is mobile device with internet. So yes, justification needs structured lessons, interactive exercises, and academic vocabulary development. So, and let's proceed to the three digital tools, which is the Duolingo, Memorized, and lastly, the BBC Learning English. And first, we discuss the Duolingo. So, as you can see, Duolingo is like a word or what you can see. Manisha. So, the description of Duolingo is, it is gamified language learning app with structured lessons and interactive feedback. So, through this game, we can structure sentences, and also we can feedback interactively. Next, and let's proceed to the Memrise. So, the Memrise vocabulary building tool use spaced repetition and native speaker video. So it provides different videos from native speaker. So as you can see in the feature, it has a lot of books from native speakers, no? And lastly, the BBC Learning English. So as you can see, it is a free resource, news-based lessons, pronunciation guides, and real-world listening material. So this activity, this video, this app contains different videos, no? Okay, it has a lot of, it is online courses nag-provide sa mga students, no? So this will be the comparative evaluation criteria. So each of this activity, this app has its own pedagogical soundness, content quality, user interface, usability, interactive features, feedback and assessment, motivation, engagement, and accessibility and affordability. So let us first discuss the two Duolingo. In pedagogical soundness, Duolingo provides or uses repetition and structured lessons to reinforce vocabulary and grammar. For example, the school unit introduces academic vocabulary such as homework, teacher, and essay. And content quality. So in content quality, it covers reading, writing, listening, speaking, and structured way. No, so for example, the stories feature presents reading comprehension exercise relevant to academic learning. So it has a lot of evidences. So you can see it in my paper. And user interface and usability. It provides mobile friendly and easy to navigate. So through this you can provide an friendly, or what we call this, user friendly, no, and interactive features, no. Duolingo uses quizzes, daily streaks, and speaking challenges to maintain engagement. So through this, you can interact with each other through this. And let's proceed to feedback and assessment. So through this, it provides instant correction and progress tracking. So for example, if asa siya part nagkulang or asa part nga nagka-error, na siya feedback and assessment para providean kung asa sila nagkamali. So, and let's proceed to motivation and engagement of Duolingo. So, it has gamification, badges, tricks, leaderboards, keep learners motivated. Through this, ang learners kay encourage siya, motivated siya to learn language, no? So, and lastly, accessibility and affordability. So, it available on different social platform. Available on Android, iOS, and this stuff with free version without any payments, no? So, mo to siya ang sa Duolingo. So, let's proceed to, for instance, it has a weakness and strength. So, let us first discuss the strength of Duolingo. So, first, it is highly engaging for students. Second, provides immediate feedback. And third, mobile friendly and easy to access. So, a negative one, or the weaknesses of this tool or Duolingo, it has lacks in deep academic writing process, and second, can feel repetitive over time. So if the students kisumha na siya kadugan kasi balik-balik, so this will be the weakness of the Duolingo. Okay? So and now let's proceed to tool number 2. So which is the Memrise. So it is the vocabulary building tool with video-based learning. So the comparative evaluation of Memrise. So first, we have pedagogical soundness. So it uses space repetition to enhance memory retention. So through this, kani siya nga video is balik-balik lang siya kaysa pedagogical soundness. It includes repetition. So secondly, the content quality. So it features native speakers videos making pronunciation more authentic. So through this, kani siya manggod nga app kay kung siya video siya from native speakers nga ma-enhance nimo siya para ma-practice. So katulo, user interface and usability. So easy to use interface with engaging animations, no? And 4, interactive features. So it uses more videos, mnemonics, and AI chatbots, no? For example, the speed review game helps learners recall academic vocabulary quickly. So true man gud ani niya kay madali niya ma-recall to mga learnings niya sa una ba kay syempre ma-enhance naman ang iyang authentic nga pag speak. Ay. And next, let's proceed to feedback and assessment. So it focuses on repetition-based learning but lacks detailed grammar explanation. So specifically, general siya, dili siya specific nga kuan nga pag learn. Bantog lack siya og grammar. And in motivation and engagement, just like the Duolingo, it uses progress tracking and streaks. Through this video, through these tools, we can track if the students has its own progress or naaba o wala. Mo to siya. So lastly, accessibility and affordability. So it has free version with limited access. So dili siya unlimited, no? Siguro siya bayad ba. But paid version unlocks advanced features. So tagadugay ang panahon na-viral na siya. So siguro free na siya karon magamit, no? Later I will discuss to you demonstrate to you how these tools work. And also, we have here strengths and weaknesses. So first, the strengths and weaknesses of Memrise is effective for academic vocabulary building. Second, real-world video examples improve listening skills. Lastly, user-friendly interface. And the weakness says it lacks writing practice for academic settings. So, at it involves oral man, dili madunggan ra pod niya, wala man siya involves writing. So, lacks gyud sa writing. Ikaduha, not structured for full academic English development. And last tool that we have to discuss further is the BBC Learning English, which is the online course and listening resource. So the criteria for evaluation of this is pedagogical soundness, focuses on academic and professional English. Second, the content quality, it uses news stories, interview, and pronunciation guys. So dagan siya mga examples na gina-provide such as stories, mga interviews para mo learn ang estudyante sa English. Ikatulo, user interface and usability, website-based and less interactive than apps like Duolingo. So, dili siya kaning virtual ba nag-istorya but nalimit lang kanang nga. Okay, so muna siyang less dili siya pareha sa Duolingo. And 4, provides audio and video lessons but lacks interactive exercise. So, muna siya sa interactive features. So, dili siya kayo more on face-to-face nga just like video na but kuan na siya kanang simula siyang replay siya ba sa mga nahitabo bitaw nga interviews na iyo na ka all you have to do is minaw na ka tapos listen what para maka-learn ka, iyo na ka minaw. So, kalima feedback and assessment. So, since dili man siya face-to-face or visual nga presentation and feedback and assessment, dili mo siya matag feedback because of dili man sila gatubag, dili man sila visual calling ana. So motivation engagement, so motivation engagement of this is it engage real world content but no gamification involved, no? And accessibility and affordability, it is 100% free and available worldwide. So muna siya advantage niya app kay 100% free siya, limited siya, no? So just like the others, it has strengths and weaknesses. So first, strengths. Real life learning context improves academic listening and speaking skills. Of course, if you're willing to listen, you can apply it through speaking. And then second, completely free with no ads or subscription of requirements. So just like not the other ba, pag free siya na ads, but kani siya advantage niya kay bisan siya free but wala siya mga ads. So di siya less time para lantaw sa mga videos din. Katulo, the ideal for improving formal vocabulary. So ideal di siya Japon guys. Mo siya. And weakness, lacks interactive exercise and immediate feedback. So sama sa niya di siya personal or visual learning, no? So dili siya hatag feedback immediately kung errors niya mali gamay, dili niya ma-provide ayon. So lastly, not structured for step-by-step grammar and writing practice, no? This will be the comparative evaluation criteria of Duolingo, Memrise, and BBC Learning. So in the pedagogical soundness, just like what I've said earlier, no, siya structured lesson space repetition sa Duolingo, so Memrise can focus on vocabulary retention, BBC Learning English, academic, professional English. So content quality, just like covers all skills, reading, writing, listening, speaking. Memrise, real life videos for vocabulary, and BBC Learning English, news-based lessons or interviews. So muna siya, sa akong experience na student niya, muna siya No? So interactive features, feedback and assessment, motivation, engagement, accessibility and affordability. Muna siya mga examples, no? But this will be the comparative evaluation criteria of Duolingo, Memrise, BBC Learning English. So, discuss na ako siya ganyan tanan mo siya theoretical soundness, content quality of those three, user interface of those three, the interactive feature of these three, feedback and assessment of these three, motivation engagement of these three, and accessibility and affordability of these three. No? So let's proceed the recommendation. What would I choose if I'm going to choose the three? So I will choose the Duolingo. Why? Because it has structured learning. Step-by-step lessons build foundation skills, no? Kadua, multisensory approach, audio exercises, visual aids, interactive tasks. And katulo, gamification. So it is tricks, leaderboards, and rewards enhance motivation. And last, fourth, immediate feedback. So corrects grammar mistakes instantly, no? So mobile friendly and free. Easy access for continuous learning. So I choose this because of this recommendation niya. Grabe magay siya ka helpful to learn more. And let's proceed to another slide. So why not the other two, which is the Memrise and BBC Learning English? Because in Memrise, effective for vocabulary, but manggod lacks structured grammar and writing exercises. So if you're going to learn English but lacks of grammar, mura gyapon siya og useless. Ay mura gyapon siya og kanang dili ka siya meaningful ba kay naman siya kanang kakulangon, naman siya lack. So in BBC Learning English, useful for listening but lacks interactive exercises and immediate feedback. So si listening dili mangod sa BBC Learning English, online course siya, so dili siya di siya ma-feedbackan through sa mga error. So pasabot listening lang, so estudyante mag-learn lang through his own o through her own lang ba. So dili man siya matagan og feedback immediately. That's why, and also dili siya ma-involve sa any interactive activities that enhance learning, motivation, engagement, and masugod sa iyang learning through assessment, no? So that's why I choose the Duolingo kay mo siya ang fit para sa learners to learn meaningful learning, to have a meaningful learning rather. So in conclusion, Duolingo is the best choice for beginner academic learners due to its structured lessons, interactive features, and motivation-driven approach. So through Duolingo daw, nasa ka na interactive features sa ginhatag, provide siya meaningful learning, kay nakaprovide siya immediate feedback, so daghan siya benefits, or we call this one, ma-provide estudyante to learn more, padali ang learning niya. So kadua, supplementing with Memrise can improve vocabulary. So if I'm going to level this 3, I'm going to level the Duolingo 1 because ang si Memrise can improve vocabulary, dili siya sa tanan, no? Vocabulary lang siya nag-focus. So the third, using BBC Learning English can enhance listening and formal vocabulary skills. So supporting details supporting si BBC Learning English, kaya ang focus is through listening and formal vocabulary skills si BBC Learning. And lastly, a combination of these three tools ensures a well-rounded language learning experiences. So what are you waiting, future educators? Let us use these digital tools now to enhance and improve our language teaching. Thank you for listening.